Before the next crisis hits, most people will make the same mistake. They'll wait. They'll assume there's still time until suddenly there isn't. Stores empty out, power goes down, and panic spreads faster than the crisis itself. But there's another group of people quietly preparing while everything still looks normal. And today, you're about to see exactly what they're doing differently. This isn't about fear. It's about understanding one simple truth. Emergencies don't schedule themselves. In this video, we'll go through 9 essential things smart people are stockpiling before the next crisis hits. These are practical, affordable, and proven, and make sure you stay until the end, because the last one is something almost nobody thinks about until it's too late. Let's start with the most critical resource of all: water. Not food, not power, water. Because your body can survive weeks without food, but only about 3 days without water. Now imagine this: a major system failure. Within hours, water pressure drops. Within a day, it stops completely. No clean water, no warning. That's why smart people follow a simple rule: at least 1 gallon per person per day. And not just for 1 day, but for at least 3 to 7 days. Because when water is gone, nothing else matters. Next, food. But not your regular daily food. We're talking about food that lasts. Because in every crisis, the same thing happens. People rush to stores. Shelves get wiped out within hours. And suddenly, food becomes scarce. Smart people avoid that chaos completely. They stockpile things like rice, beans, canned goods, oats, peanut butter, food that can last for months, even years. Because if you wait until a crisis starts, you're already too late. Now imagine this. It's night. The power goes out. At first, it feels temporary, but then everything goes completely dark. No lights, no visibility. That's when panic starts to grow. Which is why smart people prepare for that moment. They keep flashlights, lanterns, and extra batteries ready. Not just one, but multiple. Because light isn't just convenience. It gives you control in chaos. Now, think about your phone. Right now, it's just a device. But in a crisis, it becomes everything. News, communication, updates. But without power, it's useless. That's why smart people always keep backup power ready. Power banks, portable chargers. Because in an emergency, information can save your life. Now, let's talk about something people often ignore: medical supplies. Most people assume help will always be available. But during a crisis, hospitals get overwhelmed. Now imagine a small injury, a simple cut. Without proper care, it can turn serious. That's why smart people always have a basic medical kit: bandages, antiseptic, pain relief. Because in uncertain situations, you may have to rely on yourself. Now, let's talk about heat. Something people don't think about until it's gone. When temperatures drop, your body needs warmth to survive. Without power, heating systems stop working. That's where fire becomes critical. Smart people always have lighters, matches, or fire starters. Because fire means warmth. Fire means cooking. Fire means survival. Now here's something that seems small, but isn't: hygiene. Every crisis proves the same thing. Toilet paper, soap, sanitizer, they disappear first. And once they're gone, they're hard to get. But the real problem is bigger. Without hygiene, diseases spread quickly. Conditions get worse. That's why smart people stock these items early. Because staying clean is staying safe. Now imagine needing your ID or important papers and not being able to access them. That situation happens more often than you think. That's why smart people keep copies of important documents: IDs, insurance papers, emergency contacts, both physical copies and digital backups. Because in a crisis, access is everything. And finally, one of the most overlooked things of all: cash. In normal life, everything is digital. Cards, apps, online payments. But when systems fail, none of that works. No ATMs, no transactions, and suddenly cash becomes the only thing that matters. Smart people understand this. That's why they keep small bills ready. Not a huge amount, just enough to function when everything else stops. Here's the truth. Most people don't prepare because they think there's still time. But every crisis shows the same thing. When it starts, time disappears, options disappear, and preparation becomes impossible. You don't need to panic. You don't need to go extreme. Just start small, one step at a time. Because when the next crisis hits, you'll either be reacting or ready. If you want more real-world survival strategies like this, subscribe now. Because being prepared isn't fear, it's awareness.